Hello YouTube family, it's Nicole here. I am an integrative nutritionist and first mommy to be, first pregnancy, and I'm just documenting my journey and all the things that come with it. I hope to share insightful tips on things that I find work for me as a nutritionist, and just the things I learn and how I'm navigating this world. Today's video is going to be about our gender reveal, so I'm so excited to share that with you. I had seen this idea. I don't know if it was like a popular idea going around, but I follow this health girl. She's got like a health podcast and a health brand, and she's pregnant, and she did this. You'll see in the video what it is because I don't want to give it away, but I was like, that is so cute. And so she had it filmed, and I set up my camera, my phone, to film it too. But to do a little extra, I asked our friend who's a photographer if she would photograph it as well. I'm a very sentimental person, and I think it's so important to have photos for your children in the future. Everything is online these days, and something that I really valued growing up is looking through old pictures that my mom and my grandma had. So I want to have that for my children. Since I started dating my husband, we've been together for 12 years now, and we've been married for 8 years, but it actually started our first anniversary of dating. I had made him this photo collage book of our whole entire year together. It was like a year of memories, and I just never stopped doing that. So literally since being together, every year I give him a book of all of our pictures, and once I put all those pictures in the book, I wipe them from my phone, so everything will be physical that you can actually look through. And I did that with the idea of, I want our children to have these books and be able to actually physically have memories. I don't want them to be like trying to go on Facebook looking at our timeline for these pictures. So I wanted to have actual pictures of the memory made, and I love her style. It's very romantic and sweet, so I just thought it fit the moment very well and what I wanted and how we were going to do the reveal. It was just very intimate. It was just me, my husband, and the photographer. I didn't want it to be this big thing. And yeah, I was just so excited to like create this magical little moment, even though it was so hard to hide from ourselves because we got the genetic testing. It's the NIPT test. And so it scans for any like chromosomal things that might happen, but it shows you the gender too. It picks up on the gender. So we found out early. 12 weeks is when we did that. But it was so hard not to look and to know that the results were there, because it's like I got the results and then we had to like plan to meet the photographer. So it was hard to just like let it sit in the inbox and know that it was there and you could know right away, but you just like couldn't look. And then when I had to download it, I had to print it myself. And oh my gosh. So it was like I would click it and I'd be like, because I wasn't quite sure how it would pop up or where it would be or if it would be very noticeable. So I'd like click it and I'd be like, oh, I'll look away. And I'd kind of like glance at the computer, and then I'd see it, download it, and then I have to like go and print it, and it would pop up and I would minimize it so I wouldn't look at it. And then I would print it. And then when it came out, I like grabbed the papers and folded them. So I was like trying so hard to hide it from myself. And I realized the papers that came, it was like multiple papers. So it had multiple like results and different things on it, more than the gender. So then when we got with the photographer, I was worried that it was going to take Scott like some time to find it because there was a lot to it. So actually the very first person who knew the gender of our baby was our photographer. And she was so good because Scott's like, my husband, he loves poker and he loves like trying to read people. And so he's like, I'm going to know like by your face. And she's like, no, you're not going to know. And so she looked and she found it. And she was like, she was just so straight face. And we're like, wow, you have a really good poker face. She's like, yeah. But she let my husband know. She picked the right paper where it was on, and she like kind of told him, she's like, because it was folded, she's like, it's right below the crease, you're gonna see it. So it was so good. She did such a good job, and she captured the moment so beautifully, and we are just over the moon. I couldn't believe it. I thought it was gonna be a specific gender. I thought I knew, but I did not know. I was wrong. So I'll stop babbling with further ado. Here is our gender reveal video. Crying? Because I cried a lot. I'm actually very excited. So I thought it was a girl, and I had been saying this for a while. I grew up with a little brother, and my mom is very like strong and independent. She grew up with 3 brothers. So I just kind of like grew up with that kind of energy of like a woman being just like, you can do it type stuff. And so I think that's just what I'm comfortable with. And it's actually something I've had to work on in my marriage, and like as a woman, leaning more into my feminine energy. Because sometimes I can present a little more masculine and like how I am. So anyways, I've always said I want to be a boy mom because I just feel like I'd be a really good boy mom. I've always had the thought of being scared to be a girl mom and be too hard on her, or be, I don't know, just like having a hard time navigating a girl. And so I kept saying like, I really want to be a boy mom, but I know God's gonna give me a girl. I thought I was jinxing it by saying that. And so I was like, I know it's gonna be a girl, I know it's gonna be a girl. And lo and behold, God gave me what I wanted actually. And so I'm gonna be a boy mom. I was a little sad. I'm so happy, but I was a little sad because I was kind of trying to wrap my head around it being a girl, just so I wouldn't be disappointed. I wouldn't have been disappointed. I would have been happy either way, but I was really trying to wrap my head and visualize myself being a girl mom just in case. And so then I was like, oh, all the girl clothes and all these cute girl names, and so I got kind of excited. And so yeah, it's just interesting how it goes. Like, it's such a mix of emotion, but my husband is over the moon. He's already planning to be the sports coach. He's gonna take him to live wrestling. He's talking about golfing with him already. Yes, my husband's very, very excited. Very, very excited. And I'm excited too. We actually have a name that is picked out. We've actually liked it for a long time. I didn't want to commit to it right away because I was like, what if we find something that we love more? But I honestly have not found anything I love more. I don't want to say it now, just in case. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video and the pictures. I'm just so happy how it turned out. And it was such a magical moment. And I'm really happy we caught it on tape and in pictures. Like, yeah, it's just something special to look back on. And I hope you enjoyed it too. And if you want the idea, definitely take it because I stole it from someone else. It turned out so cute. Thank you again for watching. I hope that you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video.